Welcome to another episode of First Past the Post podcast. Today is our day one preview of the 2022 Cheltenham Festival. Delighted to say I'm joined by my mate again this evening. Liam, how are you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, all good, all good. Obviously, we're only a couple of days away now from the Tuesday where hopefully we'll see John Bon win by half the track.
Yeah, mate. I'm with you there. He's definitely my pick. We'll touch on that in a minute.
Definitely, and yeah, like I say, now obviously a couple of days away, so it's come around quickly. The buzz is continuing to grow, and today obviously we'll be just going through our day one selections and looking at the 7 races we've got on the card for the first day of the festival. So yeah, I mean we'll get straight into what is, like Liam alluded to there, our first pick, which we've obviously both gone for John Bon, haven't we?
Yep. He wasn't as impressive last time out, but he is a special horse. There's no denying it. In his previous 2 runs over hurdles, he looked really special. His form's been franked more than any other horse in the race, and I see people keep calling him overrated and writing him off, but I think he's going to run a big race, mate. We both agree on that, and a 4-1. That's definitely a bet to me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think he's getting overlooked purely because you've obviously got the other Henderson runner in Constitution Hill, and obviously not so long ago today, actually, the news broke that Sir Gerhard would finally be confirmed for the Ballymore, which obviously means Dies at Dynamo is confirmed for the Supreme. So that news has been settled. So obviously that probably, I mean, well, it rules out another horse really in Sir Gerhard. So it gives John Bon even more of a chance. And I think, we've both seen him live, haven't we? You saw him on your hurdling, on his hurdling debut. I saw him at Ascot, and obviously similar sort of trend happened in those 2 races in terms of the start. It was very slow pace, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mate. It was run at a sort of a snail's pace. He sort of had to make his own running, but last time out it was run at a quicker pace. He probably wasn't as impressive last time out, but he's shown he can sort of adapt to different styles of running, and I think he's being really overlooked.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously Nicky Henderson has come out and said John Bon, he's got loads of pace, and you can't deny that because he wouldn't be saying that, and he's obviously seen what he can do. And his last win at Haydock was, like you say, it weren't overly impressive, but he carried a lot of weight that day, and I think on the Haydock the ground it wasn't too great. It never really is, and he got the job done. So I think we're going to see a different horse on Tuesday, a horse where I think it's going to suit the pace, and hopefully we can see him win the Supreme, because I genuinely think he's got a brilliant chance, and he's definitely my strongest pick for the race, 100%.
You'd have to say as well, with the weather forecast that's come out, it looks like he's probably going to get the ground to suit him, where you'd think Constitution Hill would probably want it a bit softer. Doesn't look like he's going to get that, so that will work in his favour as well.
Yeah, and just obviously on the Supreme, I mean, is there any other horses there that you think could have a chance? Obviously, you got Kilcruit, could be an interesting one, who's obviously not been the best over hurdles. Mighty Potter, another one who's, I think a lot of interest has come for him at a bigger price. I think he's now into single digits. So it looks to be what could well be could be the best race of the week, couldn't it?
Yeah, I agree with that, mate. Personally, I don't think any of the bigger odd shots have got much chance. I think it'll be one of the top 3 in the market, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. So yeah, John Bon it is for the 2 of us. So should we move on to the Arkle?
Yep. Do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I've got Blue Lord, and obviously in our last episode we touched on this because it was part of the anti-post bets that we had, and I've got to stay with Blue Lord, haven't I? At 40-1,
Mm-hmm.
I've got him, and I think looking at it, in my opinion, I think he's highly up there, and he's 3 out of 3 over fences. Won the Irish Arkle, hoping to come over here and win the Arkle at Cheltenham. I'm hoping Willie Mullins has him, in good order, because I think obviously when he won, beating Riviere de Tel in the Irish Arkle, he wasn't at his best, and obviously his jumping, there was a few iffy moments, and in the running he was idling a bit, but Paul Townend said that he'll come on a lot for that, and I'm hoping that's all true, and he manages to win the Arkle. So yeah, Blue Lord definitely for me.
I'm going to take him on, mate. I've gone with St Sam at a bigger price. I think the favourites are way too short for me here in this market. St Sam, he's usually a really good jumper, but his jumping wasn't at his best last time out in the Irish Arkle at the DRF. He finished 4 1/4 lengths behind the winner, Blue Lord. I think if he gets his jumping back to his best, I think it will go a lot closer, for sure. 8-1 at the moment, so that's a price I'm willing to take, especially each way.
Yeah, I don't blame you looking for a horse in the Arkle, which is at a bigger price. It's probably not the strongest of Arkles, is it, this year?
No, it's not.
And obviously Riviere de Tel in the Irish Arkle at the Dublin Racing Festival had the £9 allowance, and I think in Cheltenham she's going to get 7.
Yeah, she'll get 7.
I can't see her reversing the form with Blue Lord. I think, if he managed to still beat her, I know she messed up at the last fence, but she did finish really strong, and that was with £9 allowance. So I think the form won't be reversed. And, obviously you got Edwardstone as well, who for me could well be not one to side with as a big sort of strong favourite. I just think coming up against better horses from Ireland, you compare the Irish form, it's obviously much better, and I just think he could be out of his comfort zone a bit, and I would not be surprised if he, not runs badly, but I can't see him winning. I just can't. I think the Irish horses are stronger, and they've beaten better horses themselves. So for me, Edwardstone wouldn't be up there as a banker of the week.
I do like Edwardstone, but I think he's far too short in the market for sure. But it wouldn't surprise me if he did win. So yeah, I just can't be having him at 9-4.
No, definitely not. You'd rather have Blue Lord at 40-1, wouldn't you? So yeah, Blue Lord for me, Saint Sam for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. And next we have the Ultima Handicap Chase. Obviously the first of the handicaps at the festival. I've gone for Fantastic Ass for the Nigel Twiston-Davies, Sam Twiston-Davies team. He won last time out, really impressively. And obviously, with these handicap races, you look for a few trends that you like to tick off, and that's where you really find your winners, doing that research. And if you're looking at a few, 12 of the last 14 winners of the Ultima had won over 3 miles or further. And obviously, you're looking at Fantastic Ass. He's won over 3 miles twice. So, that's quite good form to go off. So that for me was a massive trend looking at the Ultima. So what about you, mate? Who have you gone for?
I've gone for Vintage Clouds. He won the Ultima last year off of a mark of 143, and he'll run off of 144 this year. He was only beaten by a short distance last time out, but like you say, he fits a lot of the main trends. I think pretty much all of the main trends he fits in, and like I say, he won the race last year, and he's only been boosted up by 1 in the official rating. So yeah, I think that's a bet for me, especially at 20-1 as well. And also, talking about this race, it's one where the British sort of traditionally do well in. I
Yeah.
don't think the Irish have won this race since 2006.
Yeah,
So
they've
that's
only won
something
the
you
race
want.
twice since the turn
Yeah,
of the
that's
century.
that's something you want to take into account if you are looking to pick something in this race.
Yeah, so Vintage Cloud, so going for him, hoping he can do it again.
Yeah, mate. Fingers crossed.
Is it, he's only up £1 as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it could be a big one at a price, but I think Fantasticas is, I think, generally around maybe 10. I think 10 to 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, Fantasticas, and obviously, like you say there, with the British trained horses, Nigel Twiston-Davies having a good season. So he's won last time out, won over the distance, proven stamina. So yeah, Fantasticas for me.
Yeah, nice one. And we're moving on to the champion hurdle now. I think we're both in agreement with this one, and we.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Honeysuckle is aiming to make it 15 out of 15. So, you'd be very, very shocked. I mean, obviously, you've seen a few people saying she's going to get beat, which it could well happen. Could well happen. But I just can't see it. As long as it goes on, when she's facing horses, such as Epatante, who obviously is a very good horse, but just not on the same level. And Zana here, she's beaten that horse a few times. So, there's nothing there that obviously stands out apart from maybe Appreciate It, who, would be some story, wouldn't it, if he went on to win the champion hurdle.
Well, that's the thing. He's not even had a run this season, so and he is probably Honeysuckle's main rival in this field. So, I mean, it would have to be some performance to beat her.
It would, but I mean, he wouldn't be going there for no reason. And I think, Willie Mullins and his team must think, he's going there with a good chance, hoping to cause a shock. But
she'll also get the mare's allowance again off of him, so he'll have to give her a weight.
Yeah, and obviously, if you're looking for a bet in this on the day, I mean, you'd be looking at the markets without Honeysuckle, wouldn't you? Or just, looking at something at a big each way price, or just putting your money on Appreciate It, hoping he can beat her. But it's probably a race, obviously, you just, sit back and enjoy and hope for the sport. It would be good for them to, go 15 out of 15, Honeysuckle, Rachel Blackmore. So yeah, hopefully they can do it. But I mean, is there any other horses there as well? We've touched on Zana here and Epatante. I mean, you've got Tehupu, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, that's two of the ones who I would sort of side with in the betting without Honeysuckle market. I do like Tehupu, and I like Epatante as well. I thought she was really impressive last time out at Kempton at Christmas time. So they're two that I'd have a look at on the day if the price was right in the betting without Honeysuckle market.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So should we move on to the next one, which is the Mayor's Hurdle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've gone for Burning Victory. Obviously, Willie Mullins trained, won last time out at Punchestown, and again, I was looking at the race, and you're looking at, key statistics. 10 of the past 14 winners were sent off either first or second favourite. With Burning Victory, I doubt on the day the horse will probably go off first or second favourite, but I think winning last time out is another big stat to look at, really, because 11 of the past 14 had won on their previous start, and obviously Burning Victory has. So Willie Mullins has also won 9 of the past 14 renewals, which is probably a massive thing that swayed my decision in going for her. So yeah, mate, who have you gone for?
I've gone for Queensbrook. She was third in the champion bumper in 2020 behind Appreciate It and Fernie Hollow. I think she was beaten maybe just over 5 lengths by the winner, Fernie Hollow. obviously we've seen how good them two horses are since. She ran well enough last time out. She was beaten a length and a half by Burning Victory at Punchestown,
Yeah.
who you just mentioned. I fancy her to reverse that form, to be honest, and she can still get 11-2. So that's my bet for sure. I'd definitely be taking a bit of 11-2.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you mentioned there, my horse beat Queensbrook last night, but I think it's important to mention Queensbrook did really sort of, she kept on well, I thought, which, probably makes you think more so that you wouldn't be surprised if she does reverse the form.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think mine's got a good chance, and I think it's just that Willie Mullins factor, really. He's won the nine of the past 14, and I think that's huge. So, obviously you can't rule out Gordon Elliott's as well. I mean, it looks to be probably between the two of them. So yeah, I mean, obviously, like, you've got an interesting stat about the Mayor's Hurdle. I mean, we all know the horse Quavega. Obviously, she managed to win it, didn't she? 6 years in a row. Between 2009 and 2014. So yeah, I mean, if mine or yours can put in performances like she did, I'll be very happy.
Spot on, mate.
So yeah, do you want to take us through? So we've got the penultimate one now, haven't we? The Boodles, another handicap.
I've gone for HMS Seahorse here. He's by Galileo. He actually bumped into Pied Piper and Vauban on hurdling debut. He finished third that day. We've seen how impressive them two are as well. He was impressive enough last time out, and he's running off of a nice mark of 128. Can still get 11-1. I believe it hasn't been confirmed that he's definitely going here, but I'm pretty sure. Just looking at the betting odds, he's more likely to go here than to the Triumph. So I've gone for him at an each way price, 11-1.
Yeah, I was looking at a bigger priced horse for this, but I think I have opted to go for the favourite Gaelic Warrior, who is obviously, he's gone to Willie Mullins, hasn't he? And he's come out really, really, really well handicapped, and I think you look at it, and he's obviously won his races. Is it over in France, I think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right there.
First race for Willie Mullins in a big handicap. It's probably, you could look at that negatively, but I think the way this horse is apparently really, really special, and what it's doing at home for Willie Mullins. And like I say, with that handicap mark, when that came out, I mean, I think a lot of people were like, wow, like, this horse has got an excellent chance. So, I'll be willing to take the gamble with this horse, because it sounds very, very special. And, it's sure to be well fancied, especially, maybe on the day even more so. So yeah, Gaelic Warrior, I'll be very interested to see what that horse can do on its first start, and how it might cope in a big handicap as well, because it's not been used to running with a lot of horses in the race. So yeah, Gaelic Warrior, I'll take the risk with it, but it sounds very good to me. So Gaelic Warrior for me, yeah.
And like you said, a lot of people been sort of hyping up the handicap mark, and I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the horse. You said he's got a mark of, was it 129? You said
that's it, 129.
Yeah. Well, with my HMS Seahorse running off a mark of 128, I think that could also be really well handicapped. Like I say, with handicaps, it is a gamble, isn't it? But hopefully the Seahorse can get the job done for me.
No, I mean, I've seen a lot of people actually tipping your horse up as well. And it definitely looks to be looks a good option, really. So that takes us on nicely to the last race of the Tuesday, day one, which is the National Hunt Chase. I imagine you've gone for either Statler or Run Wild Fred here.
Yeah, I've gone for Run Wild Fred. I was looking at a few of the main trends. He fits a lot of them. For example, 8 of the past 11 winners were sent off 8-1 or shorter. He's obviously the favourite. 13 of the past 16 winners had previously won at least one over 3 miles or more. He's done that. He's of the right age as well. 11 of the last 14 winners were aged 7 or 8. He's 8 years old, and 14 of the last 16 winners had won at least one race over hurdles. So he ticks that box as well. And 13 of the last 16 winners had won at least one race that season, and he's won one race. There's one that he sort of doesn't tick the box with, and that was 11 of the last 16 had run at least once at Cheltenham. He hasn't been to Cheltenham. This will be first time, but I'm willing to put a line through that one. Obviously, it's Gordon Elliott horse, and I see Gordon's comments the other day about him bringing a Savage team over to Cheltenham. So I'm hoping he's one of the horses he's referring to. I think he said that his horses were flying at home. So
yeah,
fingers crossed.
No, it's interesting there. A few points you make, and my horse Statler actually suits a few of those trends as well. I mean, you mentioned there the one with no course form at Cheltenham. Cheltenham has actually, Statler's run at Cheltenham before last year in the Albert Bartlett when he came fourth. You know, he did actually go off favourite that day. So, you know, finishing fourth in last year's Albert Bartlett, who was actually won by Vanillier, who is also running in this year's National Hunt Chase.
Just to mention there as well, sorry, Run Wild Fred's also got form over Vanillier as well.
Yeah.
So that's a nice little bit of form there.
14 of the last 16 winners has won at least one race over hurdles. Obviously, you know, he's done that by winning one out of his 5 hurdling starts. So, Statler for me. And obviously, again, another race where the Mullins and Elliott team have good ammunition for this, and looks to be one of them to take this as well on the first day.
I agree with that, mate, for sure.
So there are day one selections. We're obviously going to be having day 2, day 3, and a day 4 episode out in the next few days as well, which will keep us all busy and keep the buzz going for the festival. So if we'll get our selections out on our Twitter. I think shall we get that out on the morning or the day before?
Yeah, mate.
We'll get them out as well, just so people can have another look at our selections for day 1. And anyone listening, if you've made your selections, let us know on our socials at FPTP Podcast on Twitter. We'll be interested to see what people have gone for the first day, and see if everyone's joined the John Bond camp. So that's it for our day 1 preview. Not long left now, a few days. So looking forward to it, and looking forward to covering the festival. So thank you everyone for listening, and be sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube. It'd be much appreciated. Thank you for all the support so far, and we'll see you for our day 2 preview.
Cheers, guys.